I've robbed a lot of people. I've pulled guns on people. I've pulled knives on people just to get what was on their wrist or out of their wallet or the pockets or their cars. I've robbed liquor stores. I've robbed stores. You know, I've been in jail. I've been in county jail 90 times, and I've been in prison. Levian, Satanist.
Satanist.
Yes, I worship myself, self-empowerment, self-individualism, and my knowledge. You know, I worship me. I don't worship a God above me. I am above everything. Being a Levian Satanist, I can choose. Everybody in the church can choose who their higher power is.
I agree with it, 100%.
I got jumped in by 30 big ass people on the top of my head here at an apartment complex. If you look at indents, the last few guys that got me, they picked me up and dropped me on my head on a concrete inlay step with a steel frame around it, busted my head to the skull.
Is that people in your gang?
Yes, that's the Crips. That's how you get in. You either get shot in, jumped in, or as a female, you have the option of getting fucked in. And well, I'm not a female, so that wasn't working for me. And I don't like getting shot. So I chose to get jumped in. And well, they almost killed me. I spent almost 2.5 months in the hospital, letting my head heal, getting my motor skills back and everything like that. And yeah, I climbed through the ranks pretty quick because I was like, shit, if I just went through that, you know, why the hell not? And then I've done some bad things that I'm not proud of, that I won't talk about. That just
Emily know most of these stories?
Yeah, most of them. In fact, I think she knows all of them.
Yeah.
I think she's the only person in my life that 100% knows everything about me.
When you were with the Crips, how many people did you see get killed?
10, 15 a day. And that wasn't just by my own set. That was by other sets in the region. That was by Bloods, us.
And that's what state?
Here in Muskogee.
Is that right?
Hoover Crips.
And that's mainly gang member against gang member? Or?
Yeah, a lot of the times, but anymore the Crips have become more of an organized thing, and the Bloods have still went off on their own thing, doing the street thing. The Crips don't do the street thing hardly anymore. We're more into your, you know, I'm not even going to say anything like that. I ain't getting killed. But yeah, we're not as unorganized as we used to be years ago. But they're getting a lot better at the ruthless part too. But I would see people get shot, stabbed, drugged behind a car. I've seen a woman get killed because she talked to another guy, you know, and it's just...
Where do they get their money to live?
The Crips, drugs, guns, women, prostitution. I got mine from cooking meth and cocaine and selling it. I also got mine from boosting cars a lot of the time because I like to drive. I like anything that's a car. That's why I went and got my mechanics degree.
How do they recruit women to be prostitutes? It sounds like an impossible task.
Well, our prostitutes are what we call Crip bitches. They are the women, the lowest women of our ranks. They do what a Crip boss tells them, aka I was one of those. If they don't listen, they get their ass beat. If they don't listen after that, they either get their ass beat to where they get put in the hospital or they get shot. Yeah.
So
that's bringing back a lot of stuff, man.
Are they here in Norman?
No. This is mainly blood territory.
In Norman?
Yeah. I don't fly no colors. I don't have a flag. I don't do none of that shit no more.
Do you see them here?
I see some of my old people every now and again. I am still friends with a bunch of them, but they won't ever tell the set boss, you know, where I'm at and none of that. I mean, I trust these men with my life. I've trusted these men since I was 12 years old. I got jumped in at 12 years old. Because in Muskogee, it was predominantly black. Being a white kid in a predominantly black town, you either got shot at and jumped every day, or you carried a 9mm and joined up with somebody. My favorite color at the time just happened to be blue.
When you say somebody gets killed from the other gang, whichever gang it is,
Yeah.
do the cops really care, or are they just doing them a favor?
No, they really just, honestly, the cops don't give a shit about none of us like that. If they find out it was a blood on Crip or Crip on blood or blood on blood, Crip on Crip, MS-13 on, it don't matter to them. We're killing ourselves off at that point. When my best friend, one of my best friends got shot on my couch, sitting right beside me, I called the ambulance and the cops and shit like that, told them what happened. Nobody ever showed up except the morgue. The coroner was the only person who showed up to take the body. They didn't give a shit. My house had fucking bullet holes through the damn wall, through the door, through the glass. I had to replace everything in the front half of my house at the time. It wasn't fun. I mean, now I've got my degree through HBI, which is the Home Builders Institute. That's what I went to Job Corps for. And now I've got my degree ASE certifications through UTI. I've got my culinary certifications through Le Cordon Bleu. I've worked in Paris, France with Gordon Ramsay for a year, opening up his new restaurant, and then got back on the drugs again and failed everything again. And it always seems that drugs are what causes me to fall more than it lifts me up temporarily. But once that high's gone and nobody's in sight to be found, you're all by yourself, man.
You say you got out of your house at about 14 years old?
15.
15? Where did you go? What'd you do?
I went to Spalding Park in Muskogee, Oklahoma. I've got a scar right here, actually, from getting stabbed over a park bench. I'm not going to say the rest of that story, but yeah, I got stabbed over a park bench there. I've eaten out of dumpsters just because I went almost 2 weeks without eating, and it's just.
Now, was this because you were on drugs at that time?
At that point in time, yes, sir. That was because I was on methamphetamines and cocaine and pills.
How were you introduced to those at that young of an age?
Muskogee, Oklahoma does it to you. We don't call it Muskogee anymore. We call it Muskogee, is what we've ended up calling my hometown, because that's all that's around there. I mean, there's drugs and trouble. So that's why I wanted to get out. I had to leave. My mom still lives down there. You know, my brother still lives down there, but they didn't get involved with the people I got involved with, you know, like the Crips.
Were you part of a gang or anything at the time?
Yes. You never get out. You just run. You never get out of the Crips. You never get out of the Bloods. Unless you're shot out or beat out, and well, normally they try to kill you, and I ain't all about wanting to die right now. So as long as they keep from knowing where I'm at, I'm okay. Stores, you know, I've been in jail. I've been in county jail 90 times, and I've been in prison once. Luckily, that got expunged and knocked off my record because I didn't actually do it. But yeah, I was in McAllister's, Oklahoma for 10 months, 4 weeks, 3 days, 10 hours, and 11 minutes because they thought I murdered 8 people. I was looking at 184 consecutive years. But when the dude, he wrote out a full confession, I got called out to the control center one day, told them to grab my bedroll. They released me with a $15,000 wrongful imprisonment check as well for my time served in there. So, I mean, that wasn't so bad. But the county jail times, those was mainly because my lead foot and not giving a shit because I was on drugs about anybody or anything, reckless driving, speeding. Luckily, I don't have no child endangerment, none of that, because I know better. I love my boys too much. But yeah, other than that, it's been a hard life for me. I mean, my dad got cancer when I was 8. I was 8. My brother was 5. I had to raise my little brother till my Uncle Brandon decided to come over into the house and help us, and that was like 4 years. I quit high school, and then I went and got my GED at Tahlequah at Talking Leaves Job Corps. There is where I met a bunch more bad people and just kind of continued my life on the wrong path when I should have been trying to change it for the right path. Met my kids' mother at Job Corps. Have 4 beautiful children with her. I don't know how, she's uglier than hell, but I've got 4 beautiful boys with her, though. I wouldn't trade them for nothing in the world. They're my reasoning now to stay off of everything besides this one right here.